Governor, would you please open your microphone?
Hi, welcome to join us today. Allow me to introduce myself first. I'm Vivian Shen, Governor of District 31, Zonta International. Zonta is a worldwide service organization established in 1919 in Buffalo, New York, USA. 102 years already. The first Zonta Club in Taiwan was formed in 1964, almost 58 years ago. Its goal is empowering women through service and advocacy to advance the status of women. Zonta divides its more than 1,100 clubs into 32 districts among 62 countries. 25 clubs in Taiwan, plus 2 in Mongolia, constitute District 31. And I am District 31 Governor, the head officer of the district. This biennium, 2020 to 2022, the district service projects have specially focused on migrant women. In Taiwan, there are almost 570,000 immigrants, mainly from mainland China, Vietnam, and other Southeast Asia countries. Most of women immigrants are locally referred to as foreign brides due to cultural gaps and language barriers. Women in many of these cases experience conflicts and difficulties in adjusting to the local environment. Therefore, the District 31 board urged each club to plan its own project related to these new immigrants, including their children. Various activities have been organized and held by clubs over the past 1 year and a half. Some cooperated with their local new immigrants organizations, and the others cooperated with their local government. Today, 5 speakers' topics all focus on new immigrants in Taiwan. So may I ask Cassie Ma to speak first? Cassie is from Zonta Club of Kaohsiung Yushen. She is in charge of the service affairs as the District 31 Service Committee Chair. We'll present you an overall report, what the district and clubs have done regarding women migrants in Taiwan. Cassie, please.
Thank you, Governor Vivian. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
My name is Cassie Ma. I'm right now the chair of Zonta International District 31 Service Committee. Today, my report will be focused on Zonta gives loves to Taiwan's new immigrants and the cross-border service. I still want to give you a very short introduction of Zonta International, since government just, our governor just said we have 102 years old for Zonta International. We have 27 women and men members, and 1,100 Zonta clubs. We located in 32 districts within 63 countries. Very important, as Zonta is a non-governmental organization. We have a general consultative status. So we are very honored. Every year we have invited to be into the Commission on the Status of Women, especially this year is the 50th anniversary. Our main thing is empowering women through service and advocacy. We believe in gender equality and we respect women. Zonta International, we cooperate with United Nations, such as UN Women Foundations and Children's for Populations. We cooperate with the UN and to set up our international service goal. For the year 2020 to 2022, Zonta International, we have 4 main service goals. First one is tracing the response to gender-based violence survivors in Papua New Guinea and Timor-Leste. The second one is adolescent girl health and protection in Peru. And the third one, we have continued our service in Let Us Learn Madagascar. This is to upgrade children's education. And the final one is ending child marriage. They can get more education. Zonta International District 31 is located in Taiwan, Republic of China. We have Area 1, Area 2 in Taiwan. We have 25 clubs. And the other 3 will be in Mongolia, the other 2 clubs. So totally District 31, we have 27 clubs with 700 members. District 31, we follow Zonta International service goals. So these 2 biennial, we have focus service goals. We focus on Zonta's mission. That's very important. We benefit women and the girls on the local and district levels. Empower of women and the girls, they can achieve their equal rights. Prevention of violence against women, that's the project. Zonta says no to violence against women. This is, we have maybe 10 years event that held in Zonta International. We're giving hands-on service, not only providing fundraising for the project, but unfortunately, during these 2 years, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of our service project, we cannot do hands-ons. But District 31, we're trying to do our best to do the service as things we can do. We cooperate with another like-minded organization. Later on, I will give you the example. We protect Zonta's credibility. These 2 years, we set up 2 main goals. One is the new immigration service. The other one, we give loves to Africa. Why we want to do the service for Taiwan's new immigrants? What is new immigrants? The people who come to Taiwan from abroad to marry or to immigrate and settle down, what we call new immigrants. In this past 30 years, the largest number of the new immigrants, they mainly came from mainland China, followed by Vietnam, Indonesia, and so on. Until now, we have 570 new immigrants married into Taiwan and about 450 second generation. So totally, they have over 1 million populations here in Taiwan, accounted for about 4% of our total population. So this is a very huge amount. The Taiwan government has a very comprehensive new immigrants service plan. But what our non-government organization we want to do? As an NGO, Zonta International District 31, we're hoping to raise more attention from the government to them and to provide health insurance, equal pay for equal work, and the social protection. NGO really play a very soft power for the society. So this is our main goal. Economic empowerment and the social inclusion. Through the economic empowerment and the support, we hope those new immigrants, they can upgrade their inner strengths and culture strengths. They can be adopted to the community in Taiwan. So social inclusion and integration here in Taiwan, we can get harmony. That's very important. Our service program, we promote food and culture exchanges. We respect diversity and appreciate differences. We want to improve the economic capacity of them. They can have self-employment. And we upgrade the quality of their life and also very important for their education and also the education for their second generation. And Taiwanese ethnic integration, different kind of people gather here in Taiwan, we can harmony together. Now I would like to give you the best practice of Taiwan's new immigrant and cross-border service. Just last year, everybody know during these 2 years, we have COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, around May, about 200,000 new immigrants in Taiwan, they without identity cards. So they cannot get financial aid from our government. Zonta International D31, we cooperate with Taiwan's National Immigration Coalition. We set up an emergency relief fund. So we asked the clubs here in Taiwan, in a very short period, we raised 50,000 donation US dollar. We help 140 new immigrants household, especially they are single mom. And each of them, they get a US dollar around 357. So through this project, the NGO really played an important role during the COVID-19 crisis. You can see the certificate of appreciation from the National Immigration Coalition, a lot of news report. Especially this money will also support those children because they are homeschooling, their lack of the computer appliance, so they can buy this for their continue and upgrade their education quality. The second one is the cross-border service. Last December, we, in line with the UN, we set up 16 days activism for Zonta, for the Zonta says no to against women. We have a Zoom meeting. Everybody say no to violence. And also we make a donation to Uganda. This project, we cooperate with the like-minded corporation we call Love Binti International. We donated 44,000 US dollars to Uganda. And tomorrow night, and Love Binti, they also have parallel events. Please enjoy them. And we are invited to her what they are doing in Uganda. Those money, we buy 250 sewing machines and to Uganda and also the area in Africa. Not only to buy the machine, but tell those ladies, because we give the fish better than the fishing rod. They can do, using the sewing machine, they can do some clothing pads. Very important is to help the local women learn skills, enhancing their economic ability, and let the sewing skill turn the family well, and their children can continue to go to school. What we are doing here, let me show you some examples of the Zonta's actions in Taiwan for the new immigrants. We promote foreign food and cultural exchanges opportunities, enhance women's economic autonomy, and give help to improve the education level, especially for their second generation. We taking empowerment approach for helping immigrants to help themselves. About one of our club in Zhanghua, the middle part of in Taiwan, we have an Asian food cooking competition activity. Out of their new immigrant, they are invited to do their cooking, and we'll have cultural exchange. And mayors and some governmental superior, they join our meetings, not only for these events, a lot of our events, we have invited them to come over to raise the credibility and with the awareness of all our people. And one of the other club in Hualien, they visit the new immigrant, they came from Indonesia because she hold a restaurant, came to visit the restaurant and to give help and to do their supplies and do their caring. I want to like to pinpoint 24 years ago, one of the ladies, she immigrated from Cambodia. Her name is Lin Li Chan. She married with 2 kids. She's a very good example because she's from nothing to something. Before she came over here, she cannot speak any Chinese or Mandarin. Now she's going to get her doctorate degree. So we asked her and we cooperate with her because she knew better about new immigrants. So we set up a lot of projects we're doing together. We are very honored. We are very happy that we invited her. She is now one of our assumptions, so she can do the service together with us. So a lot of our club invited Ms. Lin Licai to share her experience within this 24 years. One of the clubs in Hsinchu, they have a free clinic for the new immigrants. Because a lot of our assumption, they are doctors. So they gave volunteer cleaning and the body check for the new immigrants. And in the Kaohsiung part, the southern part of Taiwan, we call the Kaohsiung Yuxuan Club. They also set up, they cooperate with the other like-minded organization, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Economic, to give a Zonta Gives Love to Taiwanese new immigrants together. We also provide scholarship for better quality of education. We ask them to join in Zonta and implement Zonta International Service together with us. And also as an NGO, we do this small project. We hope the government can give more attention to the new immigrants' right. We want the new immigrant to stay healthy, be respected, and be treated fair and happy. One of the ladies, she called Ruan Shizhen. She came from Vietnam and she married here. In the year 2016, she got our scholarship and she used this scholarship to do her education. Now she become one of the broadcasting and she interviewed our governor and governor in his radio broadcasting to give an announcement of our Bionium project. Besides that, a lot of our clubs, they sell off the Zonta scholarships to the outstanding students, including the new immigrants, second generation, because to upgrade the education is our main goal for Zonta International. During the COVID-19 pandemic, since I just mentioned, we cannot do a lot of hand-on service. So we have a summer camp. We only can do it on the online, parent-child online summer camp. We transfer because we cannot see each other. So we use on the Zoom meeting. And that day will be August 8th. So about 65 parents and the children, they join together at a Zonta meeting. We have a Taoyuan club and all of our Zonta Z club students, that means the youngster, they gather together to lead new immigrants, do some paintings, some games, so they can increase their parents whose education and also their intimacy. The sustainable development goals, we all know that Zonta and the number 5 for gender equality. So Zonta International not only doing our service project, when we are doing all our project, we in line with the UN to orange the world. We're taking action together with our new immigrants in Taiwan to increase the society's attention for gender-based equality. So you can see after the event, we wear this just like the t-shirt I'm wearing, the orange t-shirt, that's the shining t-shirt, that's the bright color for the bright future for women and girls. So we doing the parade, we say, Zonta says no to violence against women as they marching on. We also invited those new immigrants together to let them know women are respected. We don't want violence. And finally, I would like to point out our latest cross-border care auctions. Zonta condemns aggression and acts of war. We have clubs in Ukraine. Everybody knows the Russian and Ukraine war broke out, and the Ukraine suffered heavy casualties. So District 31, we raised another donation, 20,000 euros with the assistance of the Taiwan. One of our Taiwanese, she came to Poland to study medical, and she helped us to do the service in Poland to provide the humanitarian aid, including the medical supplies and the necessities for the people's livelihood to help the Ukrainian refugees. At present, you know, the temperature in Poland is between 0 and -6 degrees, very, very cold. So it's necessary to convert fuel to heating. So Zonta, we use this money. First, we purchase the fuel for the shelter so the victims can stay warm. This is the play. Original, this is the wedding banquet. And the owner, they have this place to be one of the shelter for the Ukrainian refugees. A lot of the supplies, not only from Zonta, but from the others, they put on the cars and bring it here. And right now in the shelter, we have 60 refugees from Ukraine. So with the heat and some supplies, women and the children, refugees can stay safe in the shelter. And recently we do mail boxes supplied to them. Also, Zonta, we only donated a very small amount to the Ukrainian, but we hope this kind of action, the cross-border give love action, that's to show the spirit of starvation. We're caring for the Ukraine refugees. And moreover, with Zonta, not only say no to violence, we say no to war. We're hoping the war will end soon and the war will return to peace. We hope the world peace can come together. Only the world peace, the women and the girls can live safely. Finally, the future is now. Zonta, maybe we have a pilot plan. Zonta says now. We say no to violence. We say yes to gender equality, and we say no to war, and we say yes to now. What do we mean by now? That's very important for climate action. We only protect our women and the girls, protect our earth, then the future will be brighter. Our future plan is hoping the COVID-19 epidemic will end soon. We may take more practical care actions for the new immigrants in Taiwan and to help the women and the children in need from far abroad. Zongshans united together for a better future. This is all my report. Thank you for your listening. I will give you the floor back to the governor. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for your so comprehensive introduction about what we have done globally and locally. And you can see Kathy actually put lots of efforts on coordinating these events to be possible, such as issuing emergency relief fund to 140 families. It was not easy to select families from 1,300 applicants. Okay. And I'm also very, very proud of what all our members in the district, they really did a lot over the past 1.5 years to help women and girls in need around the world. And now our second speaker is Stasha Huang, president of the Zonta Club of Taipei Cosmo. Please to share your view of the importance to include the immigrants into our society, according to your own and your club experiences. Please, Stasha.
Next, please. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity for me to give a talk on the topic of why we need to reach out to new immigrants. My name is Stasha Huang. Next, please. I'm a member of the Zonta International Organization. I am the 2020 to 2022 club president of Club Taipei Cosmo. Next, please. In Area 1, District 31, Taiwan. Next. Our club was established in 2016 by a group of women from different parts of the world. Next. To create an English-speaking club for women like ourselves to support and serve the communities in Taiwan. Next. Next. One of our club's project is providing diapers, formulas, diaper wipes on a regular basis to Harmony Home, as you can see here in picture 3. It's an agency caring for babies born to contracted migrant workers in Taiwan. From this project, we learned about 500 babies were born to migrant workers working in Taiwan from 2007 to 2019. The biggest problem for these children is most of them are undocumented. Wanting to know if these children have access to proper medical treatments and education in Taiwan, despite being undocumented, we met with Commission member Ms. Wang Youling of the Control Yuan, an activist for the rights of migrant workers. Next picture. Next. Next. Here's a picture of us having a meeting with Ms. Wang Youling. Next picture. And we also met with Ms. Yuhirina Guzman, head of Union Migrant Indonesia in Taiwan, who conducts studies on the situation of the Indonesian migrant workers' children in Taiwan and the identity issues they face. Ms. Wang Youling, after years of working with the government and providing shelters for the migrant workers' children, has helped Harmony Home to become a registered and certified place to house infants and small children of migrant workers. The costs for the caring of these children are subsidized by the government. In our recent visits, the infants and children are well taken care of by social workers and volunteers in good environments. From the Harmony Home project, our club understood more about the migrant workers working and living in Taiwan. And through migrant workers, we learned new immigrants, primarily women from China and Southeast Asia, married to Taiwanese men, represent the highest percentage in the demographic structure in Taiwan in the past 20 to 30 years. 2020 to 2022, the biennial focus theme of District 31 of Zonta International is love for new immigrants. Our club celebrated our 5th anniversary in December 2021, next picture, by visiting the Taoyuan New Immigrant Service Center. Next picture. Taoyuan, about 40 kilometers southeast of Taipei, has one of the 4 highest number of migrant workers and new immigrants in Taiwan. The center offers comprehensive social services to the new settlers in the country. It provides services in labor, housing, medical, legal, counseling, education. From our journey, the Harmony Home to the Taoyuan New Immigrant Service Center, the Taiwan government, local administrations to the private sectors are committed to assist new settlers working and living in Taiwan. As a small club with limited resources, we are unable to make significant changes right away to a problem we see, but we can reach out to local authorities, organizations to ask questions, to find out, to voice our concerns. For many of our club members, where we were born, raised, and live are oftentimes not the same city or country. We learn to adapt and adjust to new environments. When many of our club members calling Taiwan their home away from home, we understand the challenges a person faces living in a new environment. It can be overwhelming psychologically and physiologically from time to time. As of the 2022 statistics, the population of Taiwan is about 23.5 million. About 570,000 are new immigrants. For the majority of the new immigrants being women married to Taiwanese men, they have to cope with the challenges of living in a new environment, learning a language, understanding a culture, a new family, and child rearing all at the same time. It can be difficult when they have little or no social ties and or support from elsewhere. Improving their chances of becoming well-adjusted members of their new home, and society benefits the women themselves, their families, children, and society as a whole. Though there are centers and organizations providing different types of services to a newcomer, what matters more is the support and understanding from their new family members. Mastering the language of her new country is important. Unable to understand each other, unfamiliar customs and habits all can create friction and tension within a family. Her ability to understand others and to be understood, in another word, good communication is crucial to one's well-being and to creating healthy relationships with her new family. Though there are language classes, oftentimes new settlers are preoccupied by work, family, and children. If her new family members can be more understanding, to encourage and support a new family member, the new immigrant in this case, with language learning, communication among family members will become better with time. Government agencies can create short television programs, printed material to promote the benefits for families living with new immigrants to learn to listen, ask, understand, put yourself in the new immigrant's position. Social awareness programs, prints featuring the cultural differences in customs, languages, habits, help the families of the new immigrants and new immigrant themselves to better understand one another. In addition to language, communication is helping newcomers to be able to find her own self-worth. It may be through work or making good use of a skill she either has or newly acquired. Skill trainings, courses, workshops can give women the chance to find work to become more financially independent and put herself in a better position in her husband's family. When more new immigrants living in Taiwan, they bring diversity as well as challenges for all of us. Nonetheless, how we make a home for all new immigrants and what kind of a society we want for our future generations relies on each one of us. Reach out, pay attention to new settlers around us. Be a friend. We can all make a difference. Thank you. Back to you, Governor. Governor, your microphone is off.
Vivian, open your microphone.
Okay. Thank you, Stasia. It's true. Most of the immigrants have to face many obstacles, such as language barrier and cultural gap. We do hope we are able to give them a hand as possible and allow them to cope with difficulties and merge into our society. As I know, Taipei Cosmo continued contributing to Harmony Home for their babies and children since it was formed 5 years ago. Taipei Cosmo actually is quite young club in District 31, but they did a lot already. Well done. And our third speaker, Shirley Lin, also Sherry Lin, president of Zonta Club of Hsinchu. She will talk about a fabulous way to educate school students on morality. Shirley, please.
Okay, thank you, Governor. Hello, everyone. This is Sherry from Zonta International Club of Hsinchu, Taiwan. Today, I would like to share with you the significance of moral education to new immigrants. Next, please. Next, please. According to the statistics in Taiwan, there are around 570,000 new immigrants in 2020, and around 1 million with their children calculated. It's about 4% of the population in Taiwan, which is 2 times of that number for Taiwanese origins. So from that number, we can see the increasing impact of new immigrants in Taiwan. Next, please. On this page, we can see around 1 out of 10 students at compulsory schools are new immigrants. Though the number decreased a bit because of COVID-19 pandemic from 2019, we still can see their steady growth for the past few years and potential impact in Taiwan as time goes by. Next, please. As we might agree, new immigrants as newcomers are relatively disadvantaged compared to others, whether adult or child. They usually will face some problems. On the right-hand side, the adult usually encounters problems with depression, employment opportunity, marriage violence, and intense parent-child relationships. And the left-hand side shows the problem their children will encounter, such as discrimination at school, campus bullying, and lack of confidence. Next, please. So we can imagine the anxiety and depression putting on them in living in a new environment with different languages, customs, cultures, and beliefs. So it's not so easy for them to have close relationships with their children or even with their husbands. The marriage violence is quite often too, let alone their employment opportunity. Next, please. So since most of the new immigrants are economically and educationally disadvantaged, usually their children may not be well educated and hard to blend into their peers. Moreover, they tend to have no self-confidence. So it's very sad to know from my teacher friends, these children are usually the targets to be bullied at school. Next, please. So if the situation above does not improve, some of them might become social problems when they grow up. Next, please. And given those mentioned above, what can we do for them? We used to help new immigrants or disadvantaged groups in economic ways, including donations for their families or scholarships for their children, to encourage them to get higher degree and accept skill training are also helpful for them. Today, however, I will focus on moral education because how to build their inner confidence, from my point of view, is more important and is commonly ignored. Next, please. And what is moral education? It delivers the message that the values of trust, responsibility, respect, love and caring, and also cooperation should be taught to a child. Next, please. I have been the top 5 students with highest IQ at my class. However, when I started my career in investment banking, I deeply felt that higher IQ and degree might be the keys for me to have a decent job. However, higher EQ and AQ are the keys to succeed in this competitive workplace and a comprehensive society. So when I look back again, I have to thank my mom, who laid a good foundation of moral education in my childhood. So I know compassion, kindness, and respect are better than fighting for my own interests when I lead my teams. Next, please. In 2020, I had the chance to talk to the in-charge in YWCA, which is responsible for helping new immigrants in Hsinchu County. We held a parent-child study camp by using 2 teaching materials, Heaven Kit and the Wonderful World of Chinese Characters. Parents and teachers were also invited to join the study camp, which proved to be very effective. Next, please. The Heaven Kit used innovative 3D technology and adapted from 弟子规, also called student rules. It's an ancient Chinese educational system based on Confucianism. And it said that more moral principles, virtues, and discipline should be the very first lesson taught to a child. And also the character is more important than real knowledge. And the Heaven Kit has won more than 50 global awards from 40 different countries. Next, please. And let's see the feedback from the child. The Heaven Kit is great. My kid loved it. She won't feel bored to watch it over and over again. It teaches her the basic etiquette and morals of life, and she even applies 弟子规 in her daily life. For example, 弟子规 teaches her not to take other people's things casually, and she would point out that they took someone else's stuff without first asking. I myself found the characters are lovely and the contents are wonderful in Heaven Kit, which makes me feel like to continue watching other episodes. Next, please. And another teaching material is the Wonderful World of Chinese Characters. It also used innovation to present interesting and mysterious evolution of Chinese characters. And its purpose is to cultivate children's interest in learning Chinese characters. Its content naturally inspires children's love for Chinese characters and their care for life with interesting cultural stories. Okay, now let's watch some videos of Heaven Kit and the Wonderful World of Chinese Characters. Now we have 4 very short video for the 2 teaching materials. And this is the introduction of Heaven Kit.
I'm Xiao Quinn. Toto and I are my best friends. Look, it is the evil Dragon Valley. There is a saying that if you eat the dragon's fruit, your power will increase by 100 times.
Black Devil, let go, Xiao Quinn! Golden Bell Shield! Toto! Aya!
You need to help them to become good kids. Take this 弟子规 and go help them.
So I traveled through time and space and found my former partners, Toto and Aya. To thank you for saving my life, my mom wants to give you a present.
Book of Wonder 弟子规 handy helper come to stay. Righteous, truthful, brave, wise, and superpower magic eyes coming down from the sky with the magic 弟子规. Fear no challenge in your day, fear no darkness on your way. I've got 弟子规, give my best shot come what may. With the 弟子规, come, let's go, new worlds away.
And next one, please see the comment from the judge from different countries.
The winner, Heaven Kid with gold in children's collection.
Y bueno, para nuestra sociedad nos cae como anillo al dedo, pues, porque aquí eso es lo que se está viendo y es un polvorín, pues, una olla de presión que yo creo que en algún momento va a terminar de explotar y Dios no lo quiera, bueno, se desate una guerra civil aquí en Venezuela. Eso es lo que nos podría ayudar, pues, a verdaderamente mirarnos el uno al otro y decir, bueno, tú piensas diferente, ok, tú piensas diferente, pero tú eres mi hermano y vamos a ver cómo nos entendemos hoy.
Our children need more of such cartoons because now there is a war in the country and a lot of people do not understand what they are doing. They kill others and behave like children.
Every year we have a tradition. We give an award to the person as a humanitarian award, which they are making a difference in the world. So I decided to just say, listen, we are going to give the highest honor to Heaven Kid this year. We need such a film like that, some kind of a production like that. They have a message teaching our kids a value, a good message, good things, not violence and.
Если мы не будем помнить о прошлом, не будем уважать старших, не будем уважать близких, не будем делиться своей добротой и любовью, да, если только будет агрессия, драка, битвы, что можно силой забрать, этот мир перестанет существовать или мы войдем в хаос какой-то.
When we seen Heaven Kid, the animation stood out for us head and shoulders above all the others. The animation, to be quite honest and be fair about it, is as good as anything I've seen from the leading animation film companies in the world, like Pixar and DreamWorks, etc., Disney and things like that.
Okay, next we see the evolution of Chinese character.
Dad's gone. Let's go check which book he was reading.
They took the bait.
Like a kid holding an old man's hand while walking. What's this word?
It's the bronze script of filial piety.
The kid wanted to take care of the old man, so she held his hand to replace the cold walking stick. This is filial piety.
The wonderful world of Chinese characters!
Another video, we can see the evolution of Chinese character from heaven.
Today, many archaeological excavations often find a common feature among prehistoric relics, which is these ancient civilizations usually vanished or went into ruin right after an era of high technology. Humans denigrating or having low morality.
The Chinese believe heaven and humans are one. Therefore, in the bone script, the word heaven was evolved from the word human.
The wonderful world of Chinese characters!
Okay, thanks for listening. That's all for my presentation. Thanks.
Governor.
Okay, sorry, I always forgot to switch on my microphone. Anyway, migrant children's students, especially moral education, is important the same as local school children. They actually mingle and learn together at school. These animation films are very vivid and interesting to draw attention of learners, absolutely. So effective and impressive. So thank you, Shuli, for introducing 弟子规 to us, or we call it Heaven Kid. So now may I invite Yuting Zhang, Deputy Executive Manager from Taoyuan New Immigrant Joint Service Center. She's going to introduce the work of Joint Service Center, how the center helps immigrants from different countries. So please, Yuting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zhang Yuting from Taiwan. Now, I'm currently the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Taoyuan City New Immigrant Joint Service Center. Today, on behalf of Taoyuan government, I'd like to share with you Taoyuan City New Immigrant Care Service missions. The topic for today is Taiwan's New Immigrant Service, the case of Taoyuan City. In a short period, I will show you PPP, public-private partnership within Taoyuan immigrant policies, service, the function of new care beds, and the role of our center during the COVID-19 pandemic. Next. The population of new immigrants in Taiwan has reached 506,000 people, and about 63,000 of them are living in Taoyuan, which is the fourth largest city in Taiwan, in which new immigrants with the Chinese original nationality are the most, accounting for 60%, followed by Vietnamese, accounting for 18%, followed by Indonesia, Thai, and Filipinos. Next. Since 2014, Zheng Wenchang administration has been committed to providing care service for new immigrants. Our creed consists of several main goals: friendliness, respect, right protection, multicultural, and empowerment. Next. To achieve goals, we have established New Immigrant Affairs Committee, Joint Service Center, Cultural Center, Affairs Division, and Empower Center. It sounds like a lot of units has been set up, but in fact, each unit has its mission. Cultural Center is a space belonging to new immigrants. All units has integrated into one building to serve them. It is located near Taoyuan Station, which is out of accessibility for them. Last year, we established New Immigrant Affairs Division at the Social Affairs Bureau to take care of whatever they need, and established Empower Center to improve their vocational capability and step-up skills. Next. We combine the above 5 government bureaus through the Joint Service Center. It's described as a small district office for new immigrants, which provides real-time consultation service and helps them to solve their problem right away. The New Immigrant Affairs Committee gathers members to collect multi-dimensional opinions and broaden the horizons. Next. I'd like to share with you the community care beds. There are 13 administrative districts in Taoyuan, and we have set up at least one community care bed run by an association in each district, not only to take care of new immigrants nearby, but also to provide relating welfare consultation and case management. Most of the members of this association are composed of new immigrants. We believe that new immigrants help themselves, organize themselves is the best way to cross language and psychological barriers. Next, I'd like to introduce the premises and the service of the Cultural Center. Joint Service Center is located on the first floor. It provides an integrating service of the accessibility and affordability. The service unit and service categories include: first, the first comer can get consultation about welfare programs provided by the Social Affairs Bureau. Second, the Interior Affairs Bureau assists nationality naturalization and household registration. It is worth noting Taoyuan is the first city to let new immigrants use ARC to apply for a citizen card before obtaining an ID. What we want is new immigrants can enjoy what every Taoyuan citizen has experienced, such as public transportation discounts, public library, public sports center, job matching, vocational training, and so on. Next. Especially for their adoption, we have encouraged and supported them to join Mandarin, Holo, and Hakka language classes run by Education Bureau. Those pregnant not yet covered by nation health insurance can apply for a prenatal check subsidy each month by the Health Bureau. Next. There is a migrant worker service center on the first floor, which provides migrant workers life care and labor law consultation. It also refers migrant workers' complaints to the Labor Bureau, offers various training for migrant workers, organize cultural exchange activities. Next. New Immigrant Family Service Center is located on the second floor, providing case management by social volunteers. It also provides law consultation and a parent choice bed with many multiple language picture books and multicultural costumes. Next. There are studying rooms, a Muslim prayer room, and a reading room on the third floor. Next. The outdoor space of the Cultural Center also provides new immigrants a place to hold performance activities and holiday markets. Next. Last but not least, we all know that the COVID-19 pandemic harmed every aspect of our daily life. Therefore, we have made a collaboration pattern about translating and expressing those disease-related information about official guidelines, instructions, and footprint in need. We use the social network to share multi-language versions about the necessary information in their mother tongue, like Vietnamese, Indonesian, Thai, Filipino, and English. Concerning the frequency of updating, we updated footprint of the confirmed case study and other information updated by the risk level and need level. Without those immigrant active group support, this pattern may have not been built and maintained. So we have been very proud of those active partners. They have played a critical and indispensable role in the pattern. We also provide free advertisement for small business held by immigrants. To summarize, these posts have good effect, reaching 300,000 exposures, a total of 281 comments, and 132 shares. Next. Although I am responsible for governmental output, I still have been very proud of immigrants who I have worked with, and proud of the pattern we have built together too. In the process of collaborating, supporting, and assisting, I believe their devotion shines on the PPP spirit even beyond. Whether it is information dissemination or serving, we have done public mission via officials, private sector, and immigrant groups themselves. I hope that the above brief report will give you a better understanding what Taoyuan city government has done. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Yuting. Your report really impressed me so much. The programs of Taoyuan Service Center are so diverse and multicultural, even providing wedding ceremony. United all migrants from different countries as a family. Great job. Especially thank you for joining us in this event as a speaker. Thank you. And our last speaker is Professor Lilian Wang, District 31 UN Committee Chair from Zonta Club of Taipei Cosmo. Will make her points of view regarding immigration. Professor Wang, please.
Well, thank you for invitation to this panel. We are so happy to hear several presenters talking about migrant new immigrants in Taiwan who need a lot of assistance, including the kids, including personality building, and including social inclusion programs developed in Taiwan. And now I might just use my point from academic perspective to address the issues in Taiwan, what we have. So I set up the new immigrants right-based advocacy and service through INGO Zonta International. Next, please. As you have heard, new immigrants through marriage and the nationalities to show how many percent existing in Taiwan. It's about 4%. Even Taipei, where I live, the percentage is almost like 4%. And most of them are female, only a few are male. Next, please. In fact, all the program has been done government or even private sectors, including NGO, always around the concept social inclusion. As you have heard, most of the people, most of presenters talking about how to let our immigrant to be included or to be inclusively in our society. First part, the government has been done a lot, even the NGO and Zonta International working for service to the new immigrant. And secondly, we also can see the government try to help the new immigrant can be get better alive through a space creating, including the space for political, physical, and even the living hall, exercise hall, something like that. And the third one is market. As you might know, we need a market for them, including a job and their recreation and something else. So this is something we called three domains of individuals or groups of immigrants need to be included in our society. And in fact, as you might know, the access to the services is essential. So you have heard a lot of information about how the even NGO help the new immigrant, including health, education service, and transportation service. and other services. Next, please. And in fact, as you have heard, we want to use the word, even in many companies already decided to use the words like diversity and inclusion in their activities planning or any kind of program or project planning for the new immigrant. So as I have started to know how the program can be done, first stage is awareness program, helping the new immigrant to know you might face kind of program which you may face. And there is a lot of complaint system new immigrant can do or can access to the immigrant centers to help them to deliver their complaint to the society, to the family, to the resources system, something. And then the government tried to use kind of strategic plans, including a physical exercise place, or including some city hall place for them, or including some program which will be soft, like health program or activities like a food plan or something like that. So the future goal for the health in new immigrant will be integrated model, as just Yu said about how to develop integrated model of a program to help the diverse immigrant and make them to be inclusively stay in our society. Next, please. And this is something we saw called matrix of inclusion. I really like this matrix because I use in my research, talking about how inclusive can be measured or how the program can be developed through this kind of inclusion concept. That this concept includes several points of inclusion, as you have heard from our speakers. First one, the health program. The second one is educational program. And the third one is the livelihood program, and then social programs and empowerment program. I think you have heard a lot of empowerment programs through economic strategy or through a kind of social support, so something we can do for our new immigrant. And Sherry is highly emphasized the personality building through 弟子规. That is kind of a educational program for next generation of new immigrant. So this is a matrix to measure or to develop our programs in particularly in society of Taiwan to see how to make our new immigrant can be included in our society. Next, please. And this is something I love so much because all the social inclusion program, as you have seen, you have heard, that is create kind of belongingness for the new immigrant. So no matter what is the done by Zonta International, locally clubs, or international Zonta programs, the main purpose is to help the new immigrant can be a kind of feeling, can have the feeling of belonging in our society. This is a very important values. So from our social workers training, we always highly emphasize how to help the social network, how to help the new immigrant to be socially included or feel the belongingness of the society. So this is something we saw is so important in our society. But now we have different perspective, working for the same purpose. So government try to emphasize not only belongingness, but how to help them to have kind of their self dignity and self cultural concern in our society. Next, please. And as I mentioned before, social empowerment for the new immigrants is so important. So as you have heard, particularly for a new immigrant, they are lonely, they may face kind of domestic violence, they may have suffered of a parent and child relationship. So a lot of program has been done, even Zonta International, is try to help women to know what is the knowledge, what is the power, and what is the resources they can do through the employment program. So you can see there is a lot of consultation center all around this island. Each county or each city already has set up a kind of a consultation program or a kind of new immigrant centers. And the main is to help them to be socially included or socially empowered through the kind of programs. So that you have heard a lot the social empowerment program. The main purpose to help the women who get married with the Taiwanese men, and they need a kind of support through employment program. Next, please. And I think you heard a lot of empowerment. So I just pick up some words for you. Empowerment, including the social empowerment, political empowerment, religions empowerment, economic empowerment. And so the issue of women's empowerment is not a simple answer for helping them to be adjusted to our society, to be adapted to our society. But integrated model, as Ting said, Eating said, we need integrated model to help women to be empowered through any kind of program, politically or socially or even religiously. Next, please. And that's why I try to make clear for the empowerment. I think even the first speaker talking about Zonta International cooperate with the kind of leader of the society of new immigrants in Taiwan, like Lin Yichan. She has clearly to present what is the need for the new immigrant because of her experience, her kind of suffered when they just arrived Taiwan. So we can see she expect Zonta International cooperate with her or her association is try to make everything to be better to raise the quality of life for the new immigrant. We call empowerment and participation. Next, please. And very few people would think about why we need give the new immigrant so many kind of programs to empower them to be a better life, to get better life in our society. Because we think how, just like Stacia said, better life need to be a kind of equal opportunity in the home or equal gender equality in our society. Otherwise, new immigrant will still continue to stay the low status and the low economic situation or even deprived situation. So for your gender equality, it seems to me all the program will try to help them to get gender awareness, equality awareness as well. And particularly some women from Vietnam and from East Asia, South Asia, most of them, I think, they are not awareness that gender equality can be kind of a factor affecting their status in home and in Taiwan, because Taiwan tried to figure out why there's a lot of violence between a new immigrant family, and maybe there's a lack of gender equality issues or dominant power in the home of the new immigrant. This kind of factor of affecting their disadvantaged situation in their home. So new immigrants need to raise their awareness of gender equality through economic programs, through the educational program, through any kind of health program as well, and even the leisure programs as well. So this is something we have seen some new immigrant center work very hard for this part as well. Thank you. Next, please. And no, up to the that's what it. No. Okay. This is something I just want to share with you. As you might know, new immigrants need to be enjoy their life here and also share their multicultural feelings and enjoyment in their life. So as I participate in some occasion, Taipei City government do a lot of program to help new immigrants to earn their feeling of the cultural respected, and we call the multicultural festival. So that's the society to make a kind of different kind of impression and respect new immigrant culture to enjoy the difference. And as I mentioned many times in my class in our society, I always say the difference make differences. So we need a new immigrant to keep their culture, to share their experience, and to make our society better and then more prosperous, because we're full of a multilingualism of the culture. Thank you. Next, please. And finally, I would like to use Erica's stage of human development to say we wish our new immigrant can gain a lot of kind of psychological support or psychosocial support through any kind of program developed by our society, by NGO, and by government, because it is so crucial for their life in their future, including the new generation. Next, please. And this is the total that I have presented. Include, yes, we need public and private working together and shaping the public-private partnership to help new immigrants and their generations. And we believe the culture can be very different if we respect the different culture, and the different culture can enrich our traditional culture, no matter what we can accept, and we can continue our support. I'm sure the future will be bright if we will respect different culture, and new immigrant can help our society a lot as well. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Lillian. Your academic analysis and overview regarding immigration are so valuable as a reference for us. And I always think District 31 is so lucky to have an expert on social service to guide members a proper direction to serve our community. I really appreciate your effort very much. Thank you. And we still have 10 minutes left. Any echo or questions from our audience? If our audience would like to say something, I think you can switch on your microphone. And Huaihui, I saw your name on the participant list because you also belong to Taipei Cosmo Club. And do you have any echo for the report of President Stasia and also Professor Lillian's comment?
Well, thank you, Governor. Dear friends in front of a screen, good local time or good evening in Taiwan. It is my pleasure to join this panel and to listen to all the very great presentations. And Stasia's report on our experience, that's especially very good, because that remind me of all those events and all the time we spent together for the social services and to learn things together. So maybe I would like to say something about our visit to Taoyuan. Unlike most of my members, most of the members of my club, they stay in Taipei, but I live in Taoyuan. And that's the reason why I met with Yu Ting in here. And I also serve in the Taoyuan city government a couple of years ago. So I know that how the local, especially the local government, they conduct the projects or they contract the project with the private sectors for their services. It's also like a way which I think is very efficient to extend the governmental services to the grassroots through those local organizations. And in this case, they work together with the NGOs or the local organizations, associations of the new immigrants. And as our presenters all introduced, that Taoyuan is, in Taoyuan that we have the largest migrant worker population, and I think the fourth largest new immigrants, because Taoyuan is industrial cities. So you can see there are a lot of factors, and they need workers, and so there are quite many migrant workers. And where that Yu Ting's office, the service center located, is very close to the Taoyuan train station, where it is a convenient spot, of course, and especially for the new immigrants and the migrant workers to gather. So if you have the opportunity to visit the Taoyuan railway station, that you may find this very vibrant multicultural atmosphere. And it's also where we visited last time. We visited the service center first, and then we went to the an NGO called the See Me bookstore right behind the train station. And it's also the center of this multicultural, especially Southeast Asian culture environment. I think for Taiwan, that as we can see in these presentations, that the people are aware of to have a more to enjoy this diverse culture environment, and people are aware of the issues and how to work together with the newcomers. I mean, Taiwan is an immigrant society that maybe our ancestors come earlier, and for all of us, I think especially my club, as Tasha just shared, that many of us they were born in different cities or different countries. They came to Taiwan for many different kind of reasons, because of the marriage, family, or work. And me myself, I spent some years study overseas, and my work in the past years, I worked together with many foreigners. I think for this kind of experience, and Taiwan is very international now, that many people, they travel in and out, or they immigrant, or many Taiwanese also immigrate overseas. So to think in the same mind, that would encourage us to work together, or to work together and like a family, that with members from different country or different places, and how we can enjoy this multicultural, and which also enrich our own culture. I think that's my comments. It's more like a feeling, or the that how I feel, and my thought in these presentations, and in the past 2 years service for new immigrants. And especially thank you, dear Governor, for you decide to work on this issue for this term. Thank you.
Thank you, Huai Hui, for your wonderful input. And for the benefit of our audience, I will especially introduce Taipei Cosmo Club. Actually, it is a very unique club in Taiwan. You know why? Because Taipei Cosmo is the only one club conducting meeting in English, even though their members actually including some locals, but everyone needs to speak English in the club. And secondly, I agree with Bai Hui said. Taiwanese society actually is very inclusive, and because we actually, most of us can say a kind of immigrants from different places or different countries. And so this topic, today's topic, I would like to hopefully, if we can increase this kind of interactions and to create a ripple effect through the community, I believe we can build a better relationship between immigrants and locals. And we Zontians aim to work together, hand in hand, to empower women through service and advocacy in order to create a more inclusive, peaceful, and harmonious society. Okay, is there any other comments or recommendations from our audience? Okay. I read a lot of comments. Thank you for our sharing. Thank you for our presentations. Definitely, I would like to thank all speakers today for their efforts to present such wonderful speeches today. No any other comment or recommendations from our audience? Okay. I read comment from Anna. Oh, disappeared. Anna actually is the past club president of Taipei Cosmo. She is from Germany. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to ask Kim. Can we right now take photo pictures with all our participants? Is that possible?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay. So can we ask all our participants today to switch on your camera and we can have a group photo? Oh, okay. I saw Kim. Olivia, everybody. And even Ellen Yung. Ellen, are you from Taiwan?
No, I'm from South Korea.
Oh,
South Korea.
Okay.
Yes.
So I read your comment. Seems you belong to International Women
Peace Group. Peace Group.
Peace Group.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you have a special mission and vision?
I love this organization's agenda
Mm-hmm.
So I am hearing your
Okay.
presentation.
You know, actually in Korea,
yes,
we also have Zonta members there.
Zonta members in Korea?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Especially
really?
in Seoul. Yeah.
Oh, Seoul. Oh.
Around maybe 400 members there in Korea.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yes.
They also, yeah, they also, I mean, belong to a district called District 32. You know,
Yes.
I just mentioned we are District 31, and Korea is District 32.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yes. You may
I'm
be,
very pleased
yeah.
to. I'm very pleased to know this organization, Zonta. I knew. I knew first time. I knew this organization. First time.
Okay.
At first time.
And actually, you can try to contact your Zonta members in Korea. Also,
Yes.
Which city you live? Which city you live?
I live in Busan. Busan. Do you know
Oh,
Busan?
okay. Still,
Yes.
I believe in Busan should there's should have one there.
Oh, yes.
I shared the link in the chat room, so Alan, you can find their official website in Korea.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a group
so
photo.
everybody ready for our group photo?
Yeah. So I'll count to 3.
Okay,
1,
smile.
2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for your participation, especially it's so late, approaching midnight already. Anyway, I appreciate everybody's support and the listening. Good night.
Good night.
Or
thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good morning or good afternoon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.